Sylvester Stallone and company were back. The Rocky duology had proven perfect in the climate of the 1970s heavyweight division, but now it was looking to become a trilogy, its new entry coming in the backdrop of a new heavyweight era. Rocky III also had the tall task of competing in what would go down as one of the best years for cinema as a whole, with such opposition as John Carpenter's The Thing, Ridley Scott's Blade Runner, Steven Spielberg's E.T., Tron, Poltergeist, Conan the Barbarian, Friday the 13th Part 3, Star Trek II The Wrath of Khan, and even another Stallone classic in First Blood. Never mind the fact that Raging Bull was a masterpiece, Rocky III had an impossible job ahead of it. Everyone knows the third movie always sucks anyway, right? Wrong! Rocky III is a perfect continuation of the series, and its message on getting the edge back, the eye of the tiger if you will, is as timeless as the former two films. It also fit perfectly with the real-life heavyweight scene in which countless heavyweights appeared to lose their edge and never regain it. Rocky III opens with a recap of Rocky II's conclusion, in which Rocky won the title. A montage ensues of Rocky's 10 title defenses, also showing how the once rough and ragged champion becomes civilized over the 5 years after the Apollo rematch. During said montage, rising challenger Clubber Lang is shown as an explosive and unstoppable dominant force who's hungrier than Rocky was even during the first two films. I'd also like to draw some attention to Stallone's prophetic potential. Am I the only one that believes Sly predicted Mike Tyson 3 years beforehand with Clubber? Oh, who's Mike Tyson, you ask? You'll see later in this timeline. And on the subject of Clubber, Sly originally wanted Joe Frazier to play the role, calling back to his cameo in the first film. Maybe this is why Clubber seems so much like Mike Tyson, because Tyson and Frazier are loosely similar. Back to the movie. Clubber has emerged as a #1 contender, threatening Mickey and the crowd that he's coming for Rocky. Meanwhile, Rocky has become a self-aware celebrity, enjoying the fruits of his labor after having escaped the ghetto life. Paulie gets drunk one night and becomes overcome with his jealousy of the new Rocky. A drunk mind speaks sober thoughts. Rocky bails him out of jail. Paulie tries to fight Rocky to zero success, and they make up with Rocky giving Paulie a job in his camp. He has a spectacular exhibition bout with heavyweight wrestling champion Thunder Lips, the Ultimate Male, which has nothing to do with the film too, but it's good so we'll let it pass. As mentioned in the 70s timeline, it's clear this was inspired by the boxer versus wrestler event between Chuck Wepner and Andre the Giant, along with the Ali Inoki main event. Thunder Lips tries to putting on a show for all those who think wrestling is fake. Rocky manages to endure a beating and force a draw after some gloveless body punches and a body slam. Mickey also shows signs of chest pain. With the match over, Thunder Lips and Rocky embrace, acknowledging that that's the name of the game. Rocky is thrown a parade by Philly and receives a statue. It comes as he is to announce his retirement, a decision rejected by the fans and the present Clubber Lang, who deems Rocky to be a paper champion who's ducking him. After promising to show Adrian what a real man is, an enraged Rocky accepts the challenge, to the behest of Mickey, who has continually denied Clubber a match. Rocky questions why Mickey is shielding him from Lang, to which Mick reality checks the champ, admitting he has cherry-picked Rocky's 10 title defenses to ensure he never takes another beating on par with those from Creed. Mickey says Rocky just doesn't have what it takes anymore to beat a fighter like Clubber. Rocky is devastated and convinces Mick to train him one last time. he slacks off in training, turning it into a showcase and proving Mickey right. Lang trains like a champion, alone and ruthless in intent. On fight night, a scuffle between the two results and a heart attack for Mickey, distracting Rocky beyond his already underwhelming preparation. The stare down is a further mental beatdown for Rocky, as Clubber sees he's already won and coins Rocky to be, with Apollo Creed and the world looking on, Rocky is destroyed by Clubber Lang and banished to retirement. Backstage, Mickey dies after Rocky tells him it's all over. Mickey tells Rocky, and Rocky falls into depression. While mourning at Mick's gym, Apollo tracks him there and convinces Rocky to get back and regain the edge he had when they fought. It takes some persistence, but Apollo gets through to Rocky. Rocky is told by Apollo that, but Apollo never specifies what it is. They head off for LA to train where Apollo started out. The training is abysmal due to Rocky's poor effort, which itself is due to Rocky's fear of Clubber and inability to move on from Mick. Adrian snaps him back into reality, and with his focus back, Rocky is rebuilt into a new fighter by Apollo and Duke, now taking after Apollo's style along with his natural brawler style. The training montage also shows the budding bromance between Rocky and Apollo, who are becoming best friends. Old dogs can learn new tricks. Months later on fight night, Apollo lends Rocky the American flag trunks he wore in their first bout and reminds Rocky that he'll owe him a favor, to which Rocky, like all of us, retorts, "What favor?" The bad blood ensues in the ring before the bell, as Clubber and Apollo nearly come to blows. In the stare down this time, Rocky stares a hole right back through Lang, who appears taken aback that he can't intimidate Balboa. Clubber insists, to which Rocky begs him on. Go for it. The first round is all Rocky, as he makes Clubber look like a statue. It frustrates Lang to no end, who wants to kill Rocky. The second round starts the same until Lang employs more rough tactics like shoving to the corner Rocky and slugging away. Rocky is dropped twice, but rolls with it to bait Clubber into his own form of rope-a-dope. Apollo grows frustrated, but Rocky assures him he knows what he's doing. Rocky continues taking all of Lang's rage, forcing the champ to tire himself out, as he's taunted he'll never be able to knock Rocky out. Clubber punches himself out and is floored by Rocky, who does the impossible and regains the title. With Apollo's end of the deal fulfilled, just what is this favor he kept mentioning? We should have known. It's a rubber match, but no crowd, just the two best friends in a friendly match. The film ends with the freeze frame of the two lashing out a punch simultaneously as Eye of the Tiger closes us out to the final frame becoming a color painting. It's revealed many years later in the first Creed film that Apollo won the match. As a kid, I hated this movie, probably down to the fact that I thought the movie ended after Clubber knocked out Rocky and Mickey died. I finally saw the rest and realized how foolish I'd been. The older I get, the higher Rocky 3 shoots up my list. 4 and 2 are still my faves, but 3 may pass them up in time. The movie was a smashing success and became the 4th highest earning film of 1982, a notable feat considering the films I named earlier. In hindsight, Rocky 3 can be credited for the Rocky series transitioning well into a franchise. It did the impossible of following up the first two films, stood strong in the backdrop of the masterpiece Raging Bull, adapted to take the series into the 1980s mainstream culture, and held its own against the blockbusters of one of the best years in cinematic history. Sly and Company had somehow done it again.